Hello, hello.
Hi.
Alrighty, guys. So my name is Giovanna Davis. I am the videographer and social media manager here for the Georgetown County Libraries. And let's go ahead. We have a late kickoff due to some technical difficulties, so I doubt we'll get through all 30 of my questions here. But for the time being, until 2 o'clock, we'll get through as many as possible. I'm gonna give this opportunity for our panelists to introduce themselves, and we can start with Drew Zero first.
Okay. Yes. I go by Jerusalem and a gamer, a streamer. I dabble in music. Um, and the production side of it, just just basically like hip hop, but it's also like it's very it's very like dramatic, like some of my music that I make, and it's inspired from like movies and games and stuff like that. So I incorporate, you know, voices, sounds, and everything. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. Uh, and as far as you guys see the mask, like I wear different types. I have like an animated one, and um, so I plan on like where I'm at now. I plan on incorporating more as far as costume. Dealing with cosplay. Like I really want to go. Um, just have like a full outfit one day. Prepared to. So right now, can y'all hear me pretty good?
Yes.
So we can at least hear you pretty good.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know
So
about in the other room, but over here we're good.
yeah. So that's it in a nutshell. Next.
Alrighty, and you, Sarah?
Hi, so I am filling in. I am Sarah or Sarl Khan. I'm actually here physically at the library, like around the corner.
Okay.
I'm actually a cosplayer based out of Columbia, South Carolina. And I do cosplay craftsmanship. I do like the competitions. I judge them. I do educational panels. I just really like making stuff. Like everything I'm wearing is stuff I made myself. And so I'm just here hanging out. That's why I'm here.
Alrighty.
Okay. Cool.
And it looks like we have one more person joining in. You're gonna have to sit on this side here. They're all squeeze in there.
Come on.
And we'll have him introduce himself and tell us a little bit about what he does.
Okay.
Hi there. My name is Dylan Vesperis. I'm a volunteer with the Rebel Legion Star Wars Costuming Club. We are a worldwide costuming organization. We go to events like this. We do charity hospital visits, and we raise money for foundations like Make-A-Wish.
Alrighty, awesome. So to get things started, how to play. So this is going to be basic question and answer type format. We'll have questions you just flat out answer. We'll have multiple choice, and we also have true or false here. Okay, guys?
Okay.
So let's get started. So here's our first question. What's the funniest or most unexpected thing that's happened to you at a con or while cosplaying?
I know.
I gotta narrow it down.
Same.
So who would like to go first?
I'm still thinking. I'm sorry.
Let's see. I'll start off with something. Let's see. So we go all over and we do all kinds of events. Probably I'll say the funniest one for me was at my very first Rebel Legion event. I was standing in, taking pictures with all the other characters, and they put me right next to Darth Vader. And the guy who does Darth Vader, again, it's my first time. I didn't know anybody. I was very, shy and like, oh, do I even really belong here? So I'm standing next to this guy in Darth Vader. And for anyone who knows anything about that costume, he can't turn his head side to side. So when he looks with his whole body. So I guess I said some quip or something to one of the like officers standing next to me. And I turned my head and there's Darth Vader. Mind you, this guy is 6'7". I am 5'7". So he's like a whole foot taller than me. And he wears lifts. So I look up and there is just Darth Vader staring at me. I felt fear for the first time by Darth Vader. And I talked to him afterwards and I said, you really scared the crap out of me. And he goes, oh, I just didn't hear what you said. So I was hoping you'd repeat yourself.
Wow.
Alrighty. Who do we have next?
I have so many stories, but I have one that's funny. So I was down in Atlanta and I was cosplaying from a Chinese fantasy novel, and there was a family of people that were vacationing there that were from China, and they see me come down into the lobby of the hotel, and they're watching me go by full hanfu, high ponytail, dressed to the nines. And then I was like, oh, I'm never going to see these people again. The famous last words there. So then I go to do my photo shoot, and this character is a villain that at one point, this is not very family friendly, but has a severed head. And so I have a severed head prop in a bag, and it's been in the bag this whole time. And we're in the middle of this park in downtown Atlanta. And then as I'm turning to pull out the severed head prop, I turn around and there's that same family of people, and they're just gobsmacked and have their phones out to take a photo of me. And I was just like, hi, and I have a severed head. It was a grandma that was part of the family. She looked like she was about to faint. So that was just a funny coincidence. And after that, I was like, the head stays in the bag. We don't pull the head out for anything. He stays in the bag. So I shot with in-person photo shoots.
Indeed. What about you, Druzero? Do you have any experiences?
Unfortunately, not as of yet.
Okay.
The only thing that I have is just while I'm streaming, little malfunctions, but nothing nothing that was gut busting funny, so
Right.
no, but your stories was good.
All right, next question. So we have the next one, which is, what was the first anime you ever watched, and do you still love it? Druzero, we'll start with you for this one.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
Evander's in.
Wow. The first hello, greetings.
Hi, Evander, welcome.
Hello. I apologize. We had a huge grid knockout from this hurricane that came through Arizona, so it's been interesting. So I'm finally able to get internet again.
Alrighty.
Wow. It's okay as long as you can.
Exactly. I was like, thank God.
Yeah. So the first anime that I seen was Fist of the North Star. That was my first anime, and I completely ran that into the ground, as far as just how much I played it back to back. And that kind of started, it started the whole thing, just the whole snowball effect of me getting into it and wanting to see more. So from there to now, I still watch a lot. So that's mine.
Anybody else want to take a jab at it? What was the first anime you ever watched, and do you still love it?
Are we going by Studio Ghibli rules?
Yeah, just have at it.
Got you. Okay. Because I'm a loser and I haven't watched a lot of anime, but I will say I'm a big fan of Studio Ghibli. And my first one I ever watched, my cousin is autistic and he had a hyperfixation on Ponyo, so I watched Ponyo a lot one summer, and then just kind of fell in love with the art form. So
Nice. Any
yeah.
of you guys?
So I've actually, I guess, I've only seen one that really, I guess, counts as an anime. So that's gonna be my answer. Is I've seen Death Note,
Okay.
and that's probably the only one I've seen. I've gotten a lot of great recommendations. I have a coworker that is insisting I watch One Piece, but that is about my anime experience. So
Okay.
I'm locking in Death Note, and yes, I still love it. I love the potato chip scene. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah. Any?
I'm trying to remember because like I didn't have cable growing up.
Right.
So the only thing that was like really close to my childhood was the Transformers, like the animated Transformers on Saturday morning. But first actual anime I watched was Full Metal Alchemist, which I still love and have plans to cosplay from, and I just haven't gotten around to it.
Right, right. I think for me, my favorite ones was this one called Parasite, another one, Nambaka, which is like numbers, and then everybody loves Demon Slayer. I'm definitely a Demon Slayer fan. But yeah, that's what the anime, and I still love all of those. I watch it quite repeatedly. Crunchyroll is probably tired of me clicking on the same on the same anime. Right.
You like what you like.
Right, basically.
Hey, if it's good, keep watching it.
I
Yeah.
try to find other ones, but there's also like Afro Samurai I love, of course, and then I watch the Boondocks every night before I go to sleep. Like that's like my go to sleep my go to sleep routine. So yeah, that's another one for me. So we're gonna move on to the next question. Let's try to mix it up some. What was the first video game that made you fall in love with gaming?
Oh my God.
That is such a hard question.
I'll go first while you guys rack your brains. For me, it was Zelda and Tekken. Zelda on the Super Nintendo, Firefox on the Super Nintendo too. And when I started getting into PS and Nintendo, it was definitely Tekken. Definitely Tekken.
I'm gonna really expose myself on this one because I came prepared. So I think this speaks for itself.
I guess I'll go next. So I'd
Oh
say the
man,
first
there you
video game
go.
Okay. Yeah, I used to play a lot of games with my dad on the PlayStation 2, and I want to give a shout out to this one because apparently it's very obscure, but it's called Splashdown. It is like a racing game, but you're racing on jet skis, and the music is very like early 2000s, like punk rock and ska. It's actually really, really fun. And if you go too far out of bounds, you get eaten by a kraken.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun. My dad would always whoop me. And then
Oh my
the game
God.
that really got me into gaming after that was Pokemon Emeralds on the DS.
Nice.
Die Hard fan. Just beat the Violet DLC.
You want to go, Evander, or you want me
Yeah,
to
one
go?
of y'all
Oh
go.
no,
I can wait.
I got mine. I got mine.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Oh my God, man. The first, the first game I played that absolutely got me hooked. I'm gonna go two places. I'm gonna go as far as the origin. It was like Duck Hunt, Duck Hunt for Nintendo.
Classic.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, that started it, but it was like Final Fantasy 7. Watching my brother play that, and that kind of got me hooked. So, Nintendo started it, but like Final Fantasy is the one that got me hooked. Like it had me, willing to just waste hours in front of the
It will do that to
TV.
you.
Yeah. So that's my answer.
Okay, I'll go next.
Okay.
My very first game that I distinctly remember, like I know I played some stuff on like my dad's PC when I was really young, but I had a Game Boy Color, one of the ones that was like clear and you could see the circuitry in it. It was a fashion statement, like
Truly.
factor. And my very first game was Pokemon Gold and Crystal, and I still have the Game Boy. It still works, but the cartridge won't pull the save file because it's so old.
I still have my Game Boy Advance that I played Emerald on, and it all still works. The only problem is that the time of day doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Because like the juice ran out or whatever, but it's such fun. Still works to this day. They made those things to last.
Well, I mean, my GameCube still works. Like on GameCube, the game that got me hooked on like JRPGs and the role-playing games was Tales of Symphonia. It was a 2-disc game. It was my first 2-disc game.
Oh yeah.
Like I've even done it with like an emulator on PC. So like I gotta relive my childhood. So those are my 2 games.
Okay.
Everybody go.
No, Evander isn't going yet. This time. Y'all tell us. Y'all tell us what your favorite game is.
Wait, you broke up for a second. What'd you say?
So you said it's your time. What's your favorite game?
Oh, I came prepared. So I think this speaks for itself.
Author.
Yeah.
Author.
That was, although
Author.
I will say I have a digital copy of it now, but I was like knee deep in the like Lego Star Wars universe, like all the way down. So I played a lot of that, but as soon as I found the invincibility mod, I was like, that's it. Because I'll be honest, I'm not a really good gamer, but I do love to play. And I am too embarrassed to like stream with anybody because I am that bad. But it's fine. I think I played Red Dead through like 4 or 5 times now, and I live in an area that the game was partially modeled after. So it's kind of like just like where I lived just a couple hundred years ago, which is pretty sick.
Well, that you saying that you don't really play well. When it comes to streaming, it's like, you have an audience of people. You have a lot of people out there that just like they actually love when you just totally suck at the game. Like they could sit there and watch you just, yeah. So like, I'm pretty sure everybody here has seen videos of people raging and people dying back to back. Like, so yeah, there's an audience for that, if you tap into it,
From like
That
cooperative
is true.
games,
I have to
when
think
you're
about
like
it.
playing with friends and you're all like making a mess of it, it's so fun. Like pure chaos. 10 out of 10.
And listen, if
Yeah.
they're mad at you for being bad at the game, they leave a comment. And what's that called? Engagement.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
No engagement is bad engagement.
Right.
Yep.
So fair. So fair. My buddy and I will play Red Dead Online together, and he has this OC that anytime he sees a hat off of somebody that he likes, he'll just shoot the person. So he has probably like 30 hats now, and his name is Hattie in the game. So he's cosplayed him a bunch of times now, and he's got fan art of this character now. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He's just one of those
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Alrighty.
real thing. That's a real thing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you did. Alrighty. And so the next question is, how do you balance accuracy versus creativity when designing a cosplay or creating art?
Ooh.
That's a really good question.
That is a really, there's layers there.
I spent 2 weeks on these questions, by the way.
Good.
Yeah, that's a really
Come on, reporting.
I could spend way too long,
Journalism.
so I will let the others go first.
You said accuracy when creating an outfit.
Yeah, like well, or any art. It doesn't necessarily have to be cosplay because I know you're not quite there in the cosplay world yet, but in creating art. So how do you balance accuracy versus creativity when designing a cosplay or creating art?
Well, I'll tackle that first since I probably have the least experience here with that. Yeah, to me, with me, like I said, I do plan on stepping into that arena one day, and I'm a creative person, so my plan is to only when there's certain games that I really like I mean like my favorite games, I think only those I will attempt to be accurate with. As far as the rest, I'll be cool with just putting something together or just having a t-shirt. But like if it's something like, for example, like Assassin's Creed or Ninja Gaiden, those are my games. Like I would like to go 100% accurate, but that's it.
Anyone else?
I'll take a go at it. So one of the like I guess calling cards of the costuming group that I'm in, the Rebel Legion, is that we strive for screen accuracy, and that is one of our objectives to get in. We have a very extensive library of costumes that we go through and look at, and literally going down to like zooming in on the movie panels. So in that sense, the screen accuracy thing is, it can be a bit tedious at times, but it's great. But when it comes to like balancing that creativity, so you can find a character, like say, for example, you want to do Obi-Wan Kenobi, but you don't know how to start. Okay, well, start with getting like an outline of what you want your Jedi to look like, and then later you can build Obi-Wan from your like generic like background Jedi. So that's kind of the process that I went through with my kids. But I think also too that at the end of the day, cosplay is about play, it's about self-expression, and it's about having fun. So here's the thing: you said you wanted to do like an Assassin's Creed. You don't have to start off 100% screen accurate right away. Like you can always
Okay.
start with something that is not fully accurate, but captures the essence of the character, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. As long as you're capturing the essence of the
And
character,
you're recognizable
yeah,
and you're happy with it.
yeah, and you're happy with it, that's cosplay because it's the self-expression. So I think one of the first cosplays I ever built was I made a post Sarlacc Boba Fett from The Mandalorian season 2. I made that
Oh
out of
man.
cardboard, not screen accurate at all. I used a Black Series helmet. I had a 3D printed blaster that I didn't have a scope for, so I used a wooden dowel rod and some duct tape around it to give it some layering to make the scope. So if you want to do that creativity, it's there. And it was one of the most fun costumes I ever made. It challenged me creatively, and I learned things from it that I later used to make newer costumes and better costumes. And start somewhere small, and then you can build on it from there.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Anyone else want to tackle that one?
I
I
can
know you
tackle it.
want to.
I want to, but I also don't want to take too much time. This is like my whole thing.
I know it's so hard to make like a concise answer because
Yeah,
we're like,
no, it's cool.
we
It's
could talk
cool.
this
I
for
think you should
hours.
give your input.
Me, creativity versus accuracy is literally a thing I have to deal with all the time because I'm a craftsmanship contest judge. And so,
Okay.
like, one of the things that we look for is, like, do you look like a character? Not like in terms of your body. Like, did you make all the elements of it? But then there's
Yeah.
also that thing of seeing people come in and, like, I've given my Judges' Choice Award to people that have done stuff where they used like recycled fabric and they used like household items to make their cosplays versus going out and buying all new material. But there's things like I did like Rima and Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen cosplay, which is like a really, really simple design. And like it's accurate, but then you get up close and you realize that I like hand embroidered everything and I added all of these details and I did like light historical research.
That's incredible.
So
That is
there's like
incredible.
you can have something that is quote unquote accurate, but you can find ways to like put your own little spin on it, like pick a fun fabric that you like the texture of, or like make it, instead of doing like pristine Mandalorian armor, you could do like stuff that's like seen battle and is like all torn up and, you know, weathered and stuff. So like there's accuracy and creativity are not necessarily exclusive, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And the materials you use too are
Yeah.
like I know I've got a lot of friends in the Mandalorian mercs, and they have some of their, like I have one person that made their kit fully out of metal.
Insane.
Metal armor.
Insane.
And like the helmet, the chest plate, like the shoulder pauldrons, the knee pads, everything is metal. I don't know how that girl survives because she is tiny. I don't know how she does it.
People that do full metal armor have my infinite respect.
For real. And then I have another friend who's a whiz with 3D printing, and all of his stuff is 3D printed. And both of those, they put their self-expression into their armor and into their kit, and it looks really cool when it's done. It's amazing.
Yeah. Right. What about you, Evander?
I will say my perspective is a little bit different, just because while I do cosplay, a lot of my like creative expression and costuming, I do drag and burlesque in Phoenix. So a lot of it is that I love doing character work, and I do a lot of like immersive kind of acts. So instead of like coming out in like a really like pretty dress that has like a bunch of stones on it for certain things, like I'm gonna pull a character or some element and then mold it into what I want it to be. I have a fairly NSFW name, so that's why I'm not gonna say it out loud, because I know it's an all ages event. Yeah, it is outrageous, but it does stem from the fact that I went to journalism school, which is how I know Giovanna. But the whole process of it for me is that like, what are like, I'll take maybe like 4 or 5 elements that I know for a fact that when I step out on stage, your audience will decide in 5 seconds if they want to pay attention to you. So if I can pull in like maybe 5 elements where I will step out and people will go, oh, I know who this is. Now what are they gonna do? It's more engaging at least. And I use a lot of my stuff from Goodwill. I get roasted for it by a lot of the girls, but at the end of the day I make more money, so like I'm not that bothered. But like most recently, I was cast in, it was called like Creepy Cabaret, and they asked me to do something alternative. So I got a friend in, and we did a full Exorcist number. But the whole point of it was that I needed everybody to know immediately that I was the Exorcist. So I used tubular bells. I wore the priest robe, and I came out with holy water. And then my buddy looked exactly like Reagan, but in a very masculinized version. And then we had candles surrounding us, and I used an audio clip. So as soon as I walked out, everybody's like, ah, the Exorcist, but it's at a burlesque show. What? So like, yeah, I don't know. It's a weird line to walk because I'm also broke. So I got to do what I can.
That sounds pretty cool, man.
Thanks.
Speaking of brokenness, though, what advice would you give someone who wants to cosplay on a budget?
Pace out your purchases. Don't buy everything all at once.
Also trust yourself and understand that like just tap into your internal audacity. Just like try.
Yes.
Like,
Trust
and
the process.
I have lucked out very much this year because I had 2 really expensive costumes and I was able to thrift them for like $12 each. So I have Pennywise I've done very recently, which had a very different flair on purpose. Like I performed to Aaliyah's It Girl, so I think that tells you about how that went.
Yeah.
But those pictures are insane. And I got a message from the guy who made the prosthetics and the work from that movie, and he's like, your look for this number is hilarious. Keep performing. And I was like but yeah, just try a whole bunch of stuff. Cardboard is your friend, and so is hot glue, and never underestimate the power of gem tack. Yeah.
I love gem tack.
Yeah.
Gem tack.
But also splurge where you have to. So like I'm known for doing Krampus every year at Christmas. So this year's upgrade was a full latex mask. I don't even know if he'll pick up. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh man, that
It's
looks
funny with
sick.
it glitching into the background, honestly.
Yeah.
It's coming out at us.
Space
Yeah, I
Krampus.
like that.
But like this was $200, but this was like, I know I'm gonna make that money back within probably 2 gigs. So like if you can splurge, do it. If not, it's fine. People will get over it.
Yep. I think another thing I want to add to it is reuse certain pieces that you can. Like, so for I have 5 kits approved with the Rebel Legion. I wear the same pants, boots, undershirt for like half of them, and you can just change things out. So a lot of mine are just certain pieces swapped around, and like you said with splurging, these boots right here were like I think like 150 bucks,
Mhm.
but I wear them for 5 different costumes, and I do a ton of
Yeah.
events. So they're, girl math it, if I wear this one pair of boots and it's $20 every time I wear them,
Mhm.
how quickly does that pay itself off?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
and it's worth it. And a good pair of boots never cheap out on shoes.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
cheap out on
Yes.
Shoes are worth the money.
Yes.
They're
shoes.
always
Are worth the
worth the
money.
money.
And if
Your
they
back and your knees will thank you later. Sorry to cut you off.
I'm
but-
and your
old, girl.
feet, I
Like,
replace.
I can't be dropping like to my knees anymore for cosplays and photo shoots and all that other kind of stuff. Like, I need nice shoes, and that's the one thing I've learned about anything I've done is like, don't underestimate the boots or the shoe. I'm usually in boots for whatever cosplay I do, but like, and also it's fine to buy Dr. Scholl's. It's fine. I'm
Mhm.
30. Just embrace it. It's fine.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah. After you hit 25, like you really not that you shouldn't take care of your feet before then, but especially after, good shoes.
Yep.
I'm 26 and I learned
No.
very quickly. I'm like, wait a minute, this hurts.
Yep.
Alrighty. So this one, sorry, it's really, really tiny.
Don't mind us getting.
What's your favorite part of the cosplay process? Designing the costume, crafting and sewing, makeup and transformations, or photo shoots and conventions?
That's tough because each part of the process has its own,
Yeah.
like each part of the process has its own fun. And like the crafting process, like when you overcome like a really big hurdle, or like you find a really inventive way to get around like I'm gonna say like a problem you're having in the process, nothing beats that dopamine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing beats it. But for me, it's the conventions and the going out, the costume, and getting to I almost like put on a show a little bit and get to like go out and do the
Actually
peace
interact
yeah,
with people instead of being
Oh
like,
yeah.
in your like your crafting. Though I love the crafting. That's probably my favorite part, but I also love the conventions.
Indeed.
Well, I don't have no experience in that, but
Mhm.
I think I would probably like just like the crafting part, putting it together. Cause I mean that's just a basic thing that we all like to do, and we get clothes whether you purchase or you make them. I think when you just see a finished product, it's gratifying. So I get that feeling when it comes to a beat, like music, or when I was heavily into drawing. So I think when it comes to that, I think I will identify and enjoy that process more.
I like the development in terms of like the building process, even though I think it's the part of it that makes me the most angry. Because usually, I'm not sure if this has happened to anyone else, but like you're like, okay, I've got all the elements, I've got like instructables up, and I have Pinterest up, and then I've got stuff on the TV, and like everything is going great. And then like the glue won't stick, it won't dry, the prosthetic won't set, everything's going horribly. But then like something will hit you like a lightning bolt, and my buddy and I do a lot of our crafting together, so it's mostly him and I just like mad scientists like going insane. So like this
That is
week we
such
built
the vibe.
Truly.
yeah. We built a Weeping Angel cosplay this week, but we had like 4 hours of a timeline, so it was just us like just dressing fabric like it was crazy. And like I don't know, the development process is great, but I think you also learn at the same time how to cut corners and also how you should not cut corners. So
Yes.
and also I've started like when I build prosthetics, I'll try to make like a demo for certain things. So like I did one this year where it looks like a patch on the arm. It was for a Freddy Freddy Krueger's Dream Warrior sequence where Freddy pulls up out of the kid in the
Oh
tower.
man,
So
yeah.
I built prosthetics so it looks like there's a bandage over it. So the victim, so I'm behind them as Freddy, and I was able to pull them out. And like the audience didn't expect it. It was
Oh
horrifying, but I had to
wow.
make like 4 of them. So you have to, it sucks because you
Yeah.
use a lot of stuff, but it's worth it at the end of the day. And then it just immediately goes in the trash, which sucks. But like that's what it happens.
Man, see, you just described like that was my favorite part. Like
Yeah.
that Nightmare on Elm Street, that was that was my favorite movie right there. So you saying that, I'm just like visualizing that. I'm pretty sure that was freaking dope.
You guys in the
my
chat
favorite
should
part.
definitely share social handles, because one of the highlights is like at the end of the week, and I go through my timeline and I see all of Evander's cosplays and things that he's doing, and I absolutely love it. I'll be like, ooh, kill it every
Yeah.
time. Every time.
I'd
So you
be
guys
at the
should
Spirit
definitely,
Halloween.
I will definitely.
yeah, you guys should definitely exchange your
Yeah.
socials handles and things like that.
Yeah,
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 I'll
definitely.
save the chat. So yeah, y'all be able to, yeah. you
Oh, I
guys will be
can
able to
drop a
see it.
picture. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop the Pennywise because that's the one I'm most recently proud of. But my buddy
the
is a
Pennywise is
professional
nice.
Beetlejuice cosplayer, and he does impersonations of Ozzy and Johnny Depp. So like he just looks like Johnny Depp all the time. But we do a lot of stuff together. Let's see if I can find.
In the meantime, while Evander finds the photo, what's your favorite gaming genre? RPG, horror and survival, fighting, or simulation?
Who wants to tackle that first?
I'll take that. So I'm also gonna add one that's not on there. Like I
Okay.
do a lot of first-person shooter games because I
Okay.
have a lot of male gaming friends, and like we hang out in like Helldivers and stuff. But I also love me a good RPG.
We gotta play Helldivers together. I love Helldivers.
Yeah, yeah, Helldivers is
best
sick.
ever. But I also love role playing. Like I'm from a role playing game right now, what I'm dressed as. So representing.
Indeed.
Yeah, I love a good single player story game as well. I love playing like Fortnite and Helldivers with my friends, but I absolutely love playing games like God of War,
Oh yeah.
Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor, like those like single player like story driven games. They're just so fun, and by the end of it, you're like, okay, I want more. But also, I love RPGs. I love Pokemon. I'm 26. I'll play Pokemon till the day I die. I don't care, even if I have to wait for the Switch 2 to go on sale. I just played Legend Arceus recently. I'm obsessed with that game. The little sound it makes when you catch a Pokemon, priceless.
You saying that, you just sent adrenaline through my system when you said God of War. God of
Yeah,
War.
God of War and
Yeah.
God of War Ragnarok are so.
And the character designs are so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, with me, there's no particular genre. I feel like I'm, I'm a purist, like, and I feel like certain
flattering.
things.
No, sorry.
She's trying to type her social handles in, and she didn't appreciate the angle.
No, I changed it to at everyone.
Surprise.
Sorry, I'm so sorry that I interrupted you. Watch out, don't try to autocorrect on you.
Okay, I got it. I'm
Yeah,
ready
no, it's
now.
okay. Yeah, like there's no particular one, honestly. Like I just feel like it's like anything else. Like if you're into like music in general, then you don't like just one type. You kind of go like you can go from classical to country to hip hop to experimental. So I feel like that with gaming, like there's no, like I play everything. I literally play everything. So, with me, I'm just a gamer. Like, so I have no favorites. Evander?
Um, I like I said, my gaming's pretty limited. So like even my terminology is pretty lacking. I'm not even gonna lie. Usually if I'm going to play any game, it's probably gonna be something adjacent to Rockstar or co-op. I love playing Dead by Daylight, especially. I don't like playing that game with people that I know because it makes me mad. And I would like to stay friends with them. Um, but I love playing with strangers. I mean, even something as basic as like Overcooked and some of those like Nintendo Switch Lite games and stuff like that. Love a handheld, always have.
Okay.
Um, but
So
most
why is that, real
recently,
quick?
yeah.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. I said, why is that? Why you don't like playing with people that you know?
So most of my friends are much better gamers than I am.
Okay.
Or they're starting out in certain games, and it's no shade to any of their abilities, but I'm already so bad, I can't be the one to carry the team.
Okay.
Especially if the homie is not prepared for the game. I don't want to take him into a gunfight so we can save Amarillo. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. Okay,
And
cool, cool.
I don't want to yell at I don't want to yell at bro and be like tighten up.
Yeah. For real.
But it's easier to yell at some random on like GTA Online and be like pull up my stuff, which happens a lot because I don't know how to drive. Um, but I have fun with that. But usually when I will play, I have like just a very basic gaming laptop that I'll use. But I'll be honest, my intro to most gaming was like kind of choose your own adventure ones. So like I'm talking like third generation, Oregon Trail, some of like the OG Sims games. Especially now with all those expansion packs, some of those get a little dicey. But it keeps it fun.
Yeah.
Um, but like stuff like that. So yeah. I
Okay.
don't know. I think my first video game ever that I got was out of a cereal box, and it was Backyard Baseball. Um, yeah, you could watch playthroughs still on YouTube, but at what cost, I don't know.
Wow.
I love nostalgia playthroughs; those are fun.
Oh, alrighty. So, guys, I'm sorry that we had a late start, and I'm hoping that maybe we can run this back again. Unfortunately, it's time for the costume contest here at Fandom Fest 2025.
Oh man, I
Um,
wish I was there, man.
Same.
yeah.
I wish I was there.
Maybe we can organize it for next year. Like I said, this is our first
Yeah,
time
yeah,
doing
Have the
this.
definitely.
laptop like be your eyeball so that you can watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
Hook me up with a
Yeah.
GoPro.
I might be able to set it up for streaming access next year. We'll look into it. Either way, I'll
Yeah.
make sure you guys get
Yeah,
pictures
I
and
need to
different things
go
from
because I
that we
left my
did
judging
from
sheet
here.
on the table. But
No
it was very
problem.
nice to meet y'all, but I gotta run.
Nice
Yeah,
to
no
meet
All
you.
right.
problem, no problem.
All
Yeah,
right. You want to go
so
to the costume? Or are you still here with
Um,
us?
I'm not either.
Okay. Let's get in
I'm
one more
I'm
question before we.
Druzero.
Let's get.
Yeah,
Oh,
let
my
me
bad.
just say at the end is a zero. So
Okay.
you guys, that's a zero, and it's basically the same on everything.
All
Nice.
right.
I'm a
And
screenshot it.
we're gonna fit in one more question, one of the ones towards the end. I believe I saved it for the last question, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, okay. What is one thing you hope people take away from your content or cosplay work?
Ooh, ooh,
um, yeah, yeah, go ahead, you first. Eh,
okay, I guess I'd say for me, the biggest thing I want people to take away from is that, cosplay, like I said, cosplay is a form of self-expression. And ever since I was a little kid, I've always wanted to be a gym and get to go out and get to, live that kind of lifestyle. So I get to go out and I get to, share the work we do and get to bring light to other people. And, I get to make people's day. and get to make people smile. And that for me is what I love more than anything is getting to, make people's lives better and get to make people happier. I think that's my biggest thing.
I'm back.
And she's back because
Okay.
it doesn't start till 2:30.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I did it. I just conferenced it, but
All right, so we're on our last question. Either way, we're gonna wrap this up, and then everybody else can, shout out their social handles so people can come find them. But the last question, I'll repeat it, is what's one thing you hope people take away from your content or cosplay work? He's
Yeah.
the only one who
Alright, y'all
answered.
go first since I was late and I interrupted everything.
Yeah, it's pretty much just being able to entertain, or if it's, like either that or just help someone, throughout maybe a bad day, stuff like that. Like, I would just like to affect someone in a positive way. So that's what I hope people take away from me doing what I do, and that's the main factor that pushes me, just being able to do stuff like that, to help people in a good way. So that's it.
I think for me, especially doing more of like the like performance and entertainment aspect of it. If I even I don't know about y'all, but even in times where like I want to go like have a good time at the club or just go dancing or hang out with friends and then we take in like a show is going on or whatever, it's still really easy to kind of not be able to like disconnect because like your phone is always on and we're always in work mode because we have to be because things are like this right now. So if I'm able to bring somebody in for like 3.5 minutes into a world where they are just solely focused and solely entertained and genuinely just have a good time, because like, yes, I perform for tips and like there's certain elements to it depending on the show that I don't mind that people, go and support. But at the end of the day, I just want people to be entertained by what I do. I'll do it for free. I have done it for free and I'm definitely going to do it for free this upcoming week. I know those gags, like the gig isn't going to pay me, but I'm also there for like the little kids that see me dressed up as a werewolf or as Frankenstein. And they're like,
Yeah.
I've also like, I'm a side, Batman, like a party performer and for Spider-Man. So I'm like a duel for that. So I get the other side of like kids being like, oh man. So
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
yeah.
Ready?
I guess for me, because like I have done performance, like I've done like theater style skits for cosplay performance, and like I do enjoy that. Like for a moment, you're transporting people out of the room and they can forget that they're in some convention center auditorium. But for me, with crafting, is it's like, the world is a really messed up place. And there's a lot of like all of us have horrible stuff that happens to us, and art is a way that you can escape and you can make something that is beautiful out of nothing. And like there's like a deep satisfaction that comes from that. And like I've told people that like art is healing. Like for me it has been. And so whether that's like encouraging people to go and paint, knit, whatever, it's like I just want people to go and pick up a creative hobby because it is so good for you. It lets you make connections, it lets you learn new skills, it makes you feel special like when you finish something. And especially being someone that came into cosplay as an adult, like it's encouraging people that no matter your age, like you're never too old to start. And I went from like 0 to 1 million in like 5 years with cosplay. I do, because I started in 2019. So that's what I hope people take out of it is like, just try something creative. You're gonna make bad stuff. I still make bad things, but it's really satisfying. And at the end of the day, it's absolutely worth it.
Sometimes you have to flop before you can fly.
And even after you're flying, sometimes you will still crash into the ground. You have to get back up and figure out how to fly again.
It happens to the best of us.
Very true. And I just want to thank you guys again for making this panel awesome. Sorry about the technical difficulties in the beginning.
It's Microsoft.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Right.
We make it work. We make
It's
it work.
cool.
Work the best way that we can.
We keep it
Yeah.
But it's been awesome with you guys. Like I said, I hope we can bring this back, do it again.
Yeah,
And
definitely. I'm
definitely,
open
I'm
for
gonna
that.
keep everybody's contacts. If anybody wants to do like a little shout out or shout out their Instagram pages, Facebook, whatever, people can find you. There's an auditorium full of people who are watching this right now over there in the next room. So
Oh
go ahead
wow.
and let's see if we could get your followers up in the process.
Oh, my wig is in
Well,
my eye. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh, Dan, Evander, yeah, you're
yeah,
mute.
yeah, you went muted.
You muted. Let's
Classic
unmute her.
boomer on Teams.
All
I will put a disclaimer for anybody that is going to look at it. This is a performer's name. I do burlesque. It's kind of part of the business, so I apologize in advance. It is, very 18 and up. That is my audience. And then when I go and perform, because I used to be a reporter, Clark Kent. So I will go by that name as opposed to what I'm usually announced on stage as. So sorry in advance. I have to say that.
I saw the Instagram. Yeah. I found you on Instagram. I was like, oh, I see why you did.
I love kids. I love kids, and I have nothing but respect for parents. So, like, you know what? I get it. So,
Um, well, I already shouted out my socials. I thought, when I said it, I thought like that was the end. I thought it was wrapping up then. But it's one name, everywhere. On top of that, I want to say thank you to you guys for, extending invite, and I appreciate you guys and everybody down there, whoever's listening. I appreciate you guys checking us out. I hope those questions helped you, enlightened you in any way. And yeah, if you guys want to see more of us, you know what to do. Look us up.
Username.
And blessings to everybody, man. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy your time there, and stay in school, kids.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
yes, thank you so much for having me. I have had a blast. I apologize for my own tech difficulties at the beginning. It has been nonstop rain out here in Arizona, which we never get. So, blessings, I guess. But thanks for having me as part of the panel. I had a great time, and I'm
Yeah.
about to jump off of here and go work on stuff that I'm about to jump back into Freddy Krueger tomorrow. So. You got to keep it rolling. But if you are a starter cosplayer or a starter performer, a burlesque performer, etc., you're going to make crunchy stuff. It's fine to make crunchy stuff. And if anybody bullies you about it, just ignore it, because you're probably locked in and you'll be at a certain point where you'll probably be better than them because you're not going to be having that kind of attitude towards other people. So
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
Just embrace the positivity and keep it going. Just most important tip though, if you're going to a con, please wear deodorant. Please and thank you.
so true.
Take a shower before you go. Take a shower while you're there, and drink water.
Yes.
Don't pass out from dehydration. I've seen people do that. Please
Big
don't.
hot area.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And genuinely, please, if you're scare acting this season, please drink some water.
I do. I promise.
I mean, I'm not scare acting, but water. My brick.
All right, guys, it's a wrap. And thank you very, very much. And let's enjoy the rest of Fandom Fest 2025. We're out.
Peace out, everybody.